Hi there, this is Deneen from Grow From Your Overflow and DeneenTB.com, your clarity coach, helping you to ignite your passion for what you do and help you do it better. Today, I'm going to be interviewing my friend and membership partner in the GFYO, Carol. She is multi-passionate and she's going to talk a little bit about that. If you have a heart for doing more than one thing, you're going to want to stay tuned. Carol is an interesting woman, and I say interesting because she does have a really multi-passionate heart. So tell us a little bit about the businesses that you do and how did you get into each one of them?
It's a pretty interesting question just to start off, businesses. And it just grew a little bit one after the other. My first passion was about 8 years ago. I knew there was something I wanted to do different than regular administrative assistance type of work, clerical assistant. That had variety, but it became very repetitious. So I started to explore what was missing out there in the workplace. And what I landed on was personal computer tutoring. That became, for me, a vehicle where my knowledge was strong, the variety of need was varied based on the individual. So through that, I explored who offered it and who didn't, and I found it's a wide open market out there. So
I think it's really important that you did the research. I think a lot of times what people don't realize is that they get an idea in their head and they start to run with it and they don't find any success because it's a saturated market or they haven't done the research to know if there's a real need. So I want to congratulate you for doing the research first.
I did my tutoring for a little over a year, and I was very active with the Clarkson Senior Center, offering classes there. And then from that, I learned one-on-one was really my best.
Kind of your style. I think it dovetailed with your personality and how you approach teaching and learning with people that you're with.
The one-on-one really became the best vehicle for me and for the client. So I'm proud of that.
So after about a year, did you get an itch to start something else, or what was the catalyst?
All right. So we talk about marketing the business,
right?
And I took on local network coffee clubs.
Okay.
It was a great first step out the door, learning an elevator pitch, getting myself known, and it was from there that I met Legal Shield. I became a member. Okay. Used the service, truly enjoyed it, liked it, and referred this gentleman all over town that please sit, meet, find out what the service has to offer. May or may not be for you, but for myself personally, it was a gold mine.
Right.
As a result of that, my friend David said, thank you for the referrals, but there's a business opportunity in this for you if you like. And I thought, I don't know of anybody else who offers it besides you and I. And it's such a wide open market.
What I love about you, Carol, is that you really are a connector when it comes to networking. You didn't even think about it for yourself at first, but you started referring because it was such a great service. And I think that heart of giving, of not expecting to receive anything, just wanting to be like the most helpful person in the room, really sets you apart too, as these opportunities, I think, open for you. So did you continue to keep with your computer tutoring? How did that work into now your Legal Shield?
Well, this is what I have found with multifaceted businesses. As a landlord, as a property owner, your need to do work around that is spread out. It's not a daily thing, it's not a monthly thing, it might only be a yearly thing. The tutoring is definitely that vehicle that is spontaneous. I'll get a referral call, so I'll do them here and there. Legal Shield is what I really tend to go out and market. It's where I network and show myself the most.
So far you said, I'm a landlord, I have rental properties, I am a computer tutor, and I have a Legal Shield business. But I know, because I know you, I know that you have another business.
I do.
So what is that other business?
I do professional bra fitting.
Oh my goodness. Now this one is very different, but tell us, how did that come about?
Again, it was networking my Legal Shield business at an event. We had a huge snowstorm. The business across the aisle from me was a lady from Essential Bodywear. And so not a lot of customers coming through. We just checked ourselves. So I had the opportunity to be fitted in a bra that A, was so comfortable, and B, I have to say, ladies, it brought my girls up where they should
Love
be.
that. Love that.
So I was a customer.
Right.
And I was a customer of the product. As I called my rep again to come do another show, she recognized in me the personality type ideal for this product.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognized, yeah, there's a lot of women I know who struggle with good fitting bras, do it in your own home, maybe get an opportunity to get it for free, and I only have to do a couple of a month, maybe, if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
Right.
So, joined another business.
I think a lot of times, those of us who are multi-passionate or have a lot of different things going on, what we end up doing is we end up like doing this networking, what I call networking vomiting all over everyone, and we try to say everything that we do in front of everyone and every audience. And I love the fact that you are really looking at who the audience is that you're networking with, what their needs might be, and really choosing what's going to be the best thing.
People will look at me and say, how can you manage so many different businesses? I'm still figuring that out. But managing it just is a matter of, what are you going to do this day?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have coming up?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily even wear a name tag anymore. I tend to not wear the name tag only because the presence of the people that I'm going to be with, it's first getting to know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm building up a rapport. And through asking the right questions, I can decide, am I tutor hat? Am I Legal Shield ID Shield hat? Or am I Essential Bodywear hat?
You have a lot of things that are going on in your life, in your businesses. How do you juggle all of that? What does a typical day look like for you? Or how do you keep track of it all?
You have to have a calendar.
I totally believe in that.
You have to have a calendar that you know, like, and trust.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put a whole bunch of the businesses in one day because we've been out of town. So it's about using the calendar to set the appointments out for the next couple of weeks. So it's phone calling. So I have call time.
Mm-hmm.
So on my calendar this is call time. I do it for the next 2.5 hours. And then when it's not a good time to call people, boom, I shift into something else. So my shift into something else had to do with my volunteer work with our church. So I have some work I have to do with them. So that was a shift. And then it's getting out the door to take care of the rental property. So the calendar is crucial for me to know when I'm doing what, where, and when.
Do you do tasks for all your businesses every day, or do you have certain days of the week? How does that kind of play out? It doesn't have to be all the time, but in general.
No, I would say my primary focus is the Legal Shield ID Shield. I'm part of the Waterford Chamber. So most importantly for me is to get chamber events on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
That's my networking feed. And then my women's groups will pop up with meeting times. I'll get those on the calendar. So by getting those events in there then allows me to make connections with individuals as I go to them. Again, it could be the Legal Shield, it could be the bras. Very rarely is it the tutoring, but nonetheless, it's opportunity to meet and talk to people.
What do you think was your trigger or was your inspiration to even be able to think that you can do this?
That's a good question, because sometimes I'll even reflect back, like, how did I even get here? What spurred all this on?
Exactly.
And I have to think it had to do with growing up. My dad was the town barber. And in the 60s, he had 3-4 barbers at one time in his shop, but over the course of a day, not everybody's filling those chairs. So he was, he'd even opened up a bar. He and his sister built a bar right next door. So
he could go
running a bar, right, he had a barber shop, ran the bar, and that was later sold. And again, there were enough hours in the day that something else could feed it. So he started with a gun shop, and that was great for a few years. And then a game room. And as I'm growing up, you're in association with all of this going on. And then later it was retail with a hobby shop that my dad had put together. So we did that for a number of years and then transitioned into trophies. So the biggest
Not only multi-passionate entrepreneur, but serial entrepreneur as well.
Yes. Leave an entrepreneur's spine.
I love how I've watched you really connect your faith and business, really connect to the fact that you can serve others through your work. Can you give us some examples or ways that you feel like you have really put your faith into the businesses that you're doing now?
The tutoring started from the church. Okay. I was working there.
Okay.
And the transition of systems was kind of rotating around quite a bit. And the challenge for the older employees of the church had a challenge all the time. So I found myself helping them. Mm-hmm. So that's where the tutoring was born from. I could go out and do that for others.
Right.
And so that was about serving others. Or in my businesses, and an example for businesses would be, I'm going to an event. Lord, I have no idea who I'm about to meet today. I hope I can help serve their needs. I hope I can help be the ears they need to share, and let me hear what they have to say. It may not be me they need. They need somebody else I know. Or, Lord, I need the income this month.
Right.
There's some goals this household must make. And again, I know not who I'm going to meet, but I hope what I have to offer will be the service that we can exchange. So those have definitely pulled through for me.
And I love the fact that you realize that in using your business to serve others, that you're really serving God. You're really fulfilling a need. You're able to show that God is the one who is good, the one who is helping these people through you, and you can see yourself working in a way that is honoring to Him. I'm going to pray like you just prayed. Those are awesome prayers to say to yourself. And then we have that abundance mentality. We walk into the networking group, we walk into the situation not like feeling like, oh my gosh, if this doesn't work out, it's going to be terrible. But we walk in going, God, you have got this. I know you're going to put in front of me the people that I need to either be able to help or be able to help me. Carol, what would you say to the woman who is multi-passionate, who has a heart pool or interests or just a lot of creative ideas, but she doesn't feel like she's getting anywhere?
The encouragement for me would be to say, what you're working on, is it fulfilling you personally? Is it fulfilling your need to get you through your day, to provide to others? And if it's not, put it aside and enjoy something else. But at the same time, you need to look at your household. Is it required of you to bring in a certain amount of income for your business? Having a variety of businesses and a little here, a little there, and a little here, is that enough for your household? If not, you may need to focus more attention to what is the bigger income earner for you. And then allow the other things to just be small little filters and sparkles around the bigger business.
How can we encourage the women out there to not feel like this experience, if it fails or it doesn't work out the way we want, how can we use that to go further, to go on?
Further, yeah. Well, never look at what you're doing as a failure. It's just a learning experience. It's the stepping stone to the next business or the next person that you're going to meet that'll make that connection seem like, oh, that's what it was for. That's why it worked this way. Because now I've met this woman here or this person over here that now is leading me in a better direction for my business or maybe into another business.
I want to encourage you, if you feel like you're multi-passionate, if you feel like you might be a little, what people say, squirrely because you jump from thing to thing, it's okay. God has got you in a place where you can serve others in a variety of ways, and I love that. So I want to thank you so much for being with me today. This has been phenomenal. You are an amazing woman, and if anything that Carol has said has struck a chord with you, I would love for you to put it in the comments. We'll make sure that she gets those notes, and you can even reach out to her. We're going to put some other links in the show notes as well. As always, make sure that you subscribe to the DeneenTB channel and the Truth in Business show. Give this video a like, Make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you know when the next video is coming up. Have a great day, and as always, be filled to overflowing.